Hello everyone, it's Marcia again with Then and There, and I have another junk journal that I wanted to share with you. This is one of my larger fabric covered, soft cover journals. So it is, as you can tell by the title, Eclectic, blue eclectic, number 2. This is the second one that I've done that is blue. The theme is blue. It is all things blue. I don't know if you can hear that or not. It is really windy outside today, and it's kind of loud. So I don't know if you can hear it or not, but anyways, that's what that sound is. On the side here there's a pin, a garment pin, and just clipped onto that is a little tassel with some fabrics and lace and ribbons and such on. And that's removable if you want to. It's tied closed with this velvet fabric. It's a rope, velvet rope. And it's just tied just to kind of hold it closed as it gets stuffed full. You know, we need something to hold all the goodies in. And it's removable. It can be taken off. The cover is lots of different blue patterned fabrics patchworked together. There's the back of it. You can kind of see it better. There's pockets on the front. And I've layered on some lace, and there are strings everywhere because I've left the edges frayed. I've left the tails long on the stitching. It's zigzag stitched around the edge. I did a little decal here from some fabric that I cut out. Some crochet doily here put on it's stitched onto the pocket, and pinned on there is a little bead dangle. So there's a double pocket right here. The top pocket has this journal card in it, which has this tag or tassel on it, which kind of tucks in that other card a little bit. It tucks up under the tassel. That's just how it worked out. It has some stenciling on it and a flower sticker there, and it's backed with coffee dyed paper for some journaling. And that's in the denim pocket there in the back. In this smaller pocket with this rose pattern here is a flashcard, a math flashcard, which I've put wallpaper on to make a little pocket. And it has this cute little tag in here, which is a vintage book image of some ladies, and there's room for journaling on the back, or you could write the date that you started the journal or what have you. And that all tucks in there nice and neatly. And as we open up the journal, there is a vintage hanky here, which this with a hand embroidered blue and green flower here on the side. I have just kind of folded the corners in so that it hangs like that. As it's pressed in the book, it'll get pressed to stay in that position more so. There's a large pocket which runs from the front to the back, a little sneak peek of the back. A label here for you to write on, and a large journaling tag with I stenciled a peacock feather on there and layered up some fabric and lace stitched around it with a tab. Scrapbook papers, coffee dyed papers, and writing paper are the main things, and you'll see everything else that's involved. We got a label here layered with some paper, a large pocket. This is a vintage cookbook page, and it has blueberry pie here. I'd use that because it said blueberry, and I layered on some fabrics and a little spot here for journaling. This is a music sheet, or like a music booklet cover. It says anniversary song. I just love the blue color of it, and I reinforced that with some paper tape. And it has the song on the back. It's folded. It's just reinforced because it is very old, and it has handwriting on it, and it has like old tape remnants on it, stuff like that, things that I like. A little bit of paper, like a banner here that is a die cut, and it's stitched along the top. I did some stenciling. There's another bead dangle pinned onto this fabric tab here. It's a index card which I collaged some book pages and this is a sticker of one of my watercolor paintings of like a moonlit night on the ocean with some lace. And this is ledger paper. A collage here with some, this is an old book page from an Ideals magazine. I love this blue lettering here and this image with this girl and some die-cut berries there. Some more stenciling. A pocket here. I had fun with this pocket. It is a window envelope, and I took the window off and then did some collage on here with some fabric and tissue paper and stuff. And as I was making it, I thought, a window inside a window. So the journaling card tucks in there so that you see the window through the window. And I like the word imagine right there. It's just, it all just kind of plays together in my mind, and it is blank on the back for journaling. And that image is from like an older, not vintage, but older like home decor type book. We have a little piece of the cardboard that comes in the front or in the back of a package of vintage napkins. And I liked the blue on it, and the decal around the edge there says luncheon napkins. Layered that on to make a little tuck spot, and there's a little tags tucked in there. This is an Ideals magazine page. I love the blue coloring and the imagery, and I just made it, I stitched along the top and the bottom, make a double pocket here. It's in the center of the signature, so you have the stitches there. And in each pocket there's a vintage card here. This is like from the 70s or 80s, I think. I love this little girl in her little blue dress and that plaid pattern on there. This is a vintage airmail envelope, and it has, it was a first airmail flight. It's like a stamp, I'm probably going to say this wrong, but I think when you order first edition, I don't think that's the right word, stamps, they send it to you in this on the envelope. And anyways, this is from 1956. It is dated there. Now I can't get the thing out, but it has the original stamps in it that would have come in the envelope, and it talks about yeah, the stamp and why and the importance of it, which I thought was really cool. And that goes there. And of course that can be used for collage or what have you throughout the journal. You could journal right on it, decorate it. This is a vintage from 1912 postcard. It's an Easter postcard. I just love the blue flowers and the pattern on that. And of course this journal is all things blue. We have a tab here, or yeah, a fabric tab, which is just a cluster of fabrics and laces, which I turned into a tab, and a bird die cut. Some more stenciling. It's just a sticker that has to do with travel. It has a blue and green kind of theme. Some stenciling here, and just on the top here some lace, and stapled with that is this tag with a vintage stamp, a little bit of book page there. It says think and plan, and some lace. A little pocket with a die-cut bird with some fabric layered behind it, which makes a pretty little floral bird. A book page image, which is turned into a journaling card. The other side of that music sheet. Clipped on here is an envelope, which I stenciled and decorated. There's lots of birds. I thought about calling this journal Bluebird, but it has so many other things going on in it. I decided to just do Eclectic. So there's a wax seal here with a like compass on it and some gilding. Inside is just coffee dyed paper for journaling. It's not decorated. And that is clipped here with this paper clip that has a little lock and key charm on it. Another large pocket and some more journaling cards, printed, the vintage image printed on book page and backed with coffee dyed paper. This is a watercolor background that I did on watercolor paper, and then layered this lady here from a, I've talked about it before, but it's a book of paper dolls that had to do with opera, and I layered on some fabric and some lace there. I just love the blue and the gold together. Another one of those fabric tabs with all the clustered together bits and pieces. A little tuck spot here. Now, I don't know what happened to this, but as you can see, it's got like these ink splatters on it. I don't know where those came from, but I don't hate it. So I went ahead and put it in the book. It kind of adds to that vintage feel. This is just a little cutout. It says Easy Like Sunday Breakfast. Another large pocket here. It's a book page from a book about ballet. I layered on some die cut. Did a blue pattern, what's that called? Grid paper on the back. Bit of wallpaper here with a bit of collage. A sticker of some blue flowers. Make sure I'm still in frame. Tab. This is a frame which I layered with some transfer paper. So it makes a little transparent pocket, and in there is a print of one of my watercolor paintings, some blue tulips. That just slides back in there. Some more stenciling. This is a little tuck spot I made with a coin roll paper. It's some butterfly stickers and made a little journaling tag to slip in there. This is some vintage writing paper and a book page of some dried flowers, and I just stitched on some fabric and this fun blue yarn here. A journaling card there with some teapots on it. This is an image from a book page, Reader's Digest. I love the blue, and a little card here for journaling, and a book page. I just liked what this said. It was just a little snippet that was just laying on my desk, and I liked it. So I layered it with some wallpaper. It says, "To her delight, the answer was there." Figured that could be a jumping off for a journal prompt or something. It sparks some imagination, perhaps. A book page here, back with some coffee dyed paper. This is another one of those pages from the home decor book. I layered on a collage here with another one of those fabric birds and a little spot to write something. And this side is a it's like a floating pocket with a journaling card in it. And I did some layering, another book page image with some tissue paper, and I watercolored that. It was a page from a coloring book. Washi sticker there, another one of those clustered tabs. There was some leaves on it. Stenciling, another little pocket here with a space to write, and this is another print of one of my watercolor paintings made into a card. As you can see, I love blue. I think blue is my favorite color. I like a lot of other colors, but blue is like, it's my fallback color. I always tend to come back to it. Another one of these cutouts here says, "You're more delicious than avocado toast." I don't really know what that means, but I guess I like the blue and the gold lettering. So I just stuck it in there. Something I had in my stash, and some lace and some vintage wallpaper. A paper clip here with some bead dangle on it, and I just put this here because this fabric flips up, and as I was turning the pages it just keeps wanting to fold wherever, so I just clipped it like so. It can still provide a little secret journaling spot, if you will. Pocket here with some more of that decor book in there. Another math card which I did a collage on, decorated. That's the word I'm looking for. With some fabric and a bird. It's a vintage children's book. It has a little poem here, a song for summer evening. A tab with some more, another bead charm. This is an image from a book that I found. I just love the pretty blue in the background against the whites, and I layered it with some I think it's handmade paper. It's a really textured, pretty paper. Anyways, and when you tear it, it makes this like feathered effect. But it has a little bit of blue on the back, of course, and a spot for journaling. Some lace here on the pocket. In the pocket, we'll talk about that first. This is from an 1800s book of poems or sentiments that you would give to a friend. It has a poem here. It has some blue hydrangeas. This I put in here. It's a very sturdy index card. It's great for a writing board, for if you wanted to write, find an example. If you wanted to write on either of these pages, put that behind it, and the stuff layered on there doesn't interfere with your writing. I think most of us know what a writing board is, but occasionally someone is new to journaling that comes along and wants to know what we're talking about. So those fit nicely in there. And there's some eyelet lace on the pocket, and then just pinned to the pocket is this beautiful stick pin. You guys know I love stick pins. I had a hard time parting with this one, but hopefully you can see it has a little, I hope it's in focus, a little Dutch windmill on there with the Dutch blue and white, you know. I don't know, I really love it. And then I made a little cluster here with just some fabrics. Just having fun playing with the scraps on the back, on the what was left over on my desk behind where I work. And just clustered them together and stitched it, and thought it was kind of cute. Little leaf pattern there. So I'll pin that back on later. So yeah, there is the Eclectic Blue Journal number 2, and it will be listed in my Etsy if you're interested. And so yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.